All right, let's dive right into the art of the Italian greeting. You might think a hello is just a hello, right? Well, not in Italy. That first moment is so much more than just a word. Honestly, it's your golden ticket to making an amazing first impression and, building a real, genuine connection.
All right, first up, why first impressions matter. And I mean really matter. In Italy, that first hello isn't just a polite little formality. Nope, it's the foundation, the bedrock of your whole conversation. It's where you establish respect and warmth, like right from the jump.
Get this, 7 seconds. That's it. Research shows that's all the time you get before someone forms a pretty solid opinion of you. And once that impression is locked in, it is incredibly tough to change. So yeah, let's make sure it's a fantastic one, shall we?
Okay, on to our next section, cracking the U code. And believe me, this is a big one. It's probably one of the first and honestly, one of the biggest challenges for anyone learning Italian, figuring out when to use the informal tu versus the formal lei.
So it really breaks down into two distinct yous. You've got tu, which is your informal, friendly you. You're going to use this with friends, family. It creates that instant warmth and connection. And then you have lei. This is your formal, respectful you. It's for people you've just met, for your elders, and definitely for professional situations. It creates a little bit of polite distance and shows a whole lot of respect.
So how do you actually handle this out in the wild? Well, here's the golden rule, and you should totally stick to it. When in doubt, always start with lei. It's your safest bet, it's the most respectful choice you can make. What'll often happen is that the other person, the Italian speaker, will invite you to switch to tu. And when that happens, that's a great sign. It's like a signal that the vibe is getting more relaxed and personal.
All right, so we've got the words down, but now it's time for the actions. This is the big one, folks. Handshake or cheek kiss. Let's get into the rules of physical greetings, because this is where it gets really fun.
Let's make this super simple. In pretty much any formal or professional setting, the handshake is your go-to. It's the standard, it's what's expected, and remember what we just talked about? You're going to pair that nice, firm handshake with the formal lei. They're like a perfect power couple.
Okay, but what about the cheek kiss? I know, it can seem a little intimidating if you're not used to it, but trust me, it's actually really simple. Let's walk through it. First, you just lean in. Now here's the most important part. Start by going to your right, so your right cheek touches their right cheek. It's just a light, airy touch. We're not talking a loud smooch here. Then, you just repeat that same light touch on the left side. And boom, that's it. You've nailed the Italian cheek kiss.
So, if you need a quick mental checklist, here it is. Handshakes, those are for formal and professional situations. The cheek kiss, that's for your casual social life. And yeah, that can even be with people you've just met at a dinner party. And hugs, well, you save those for the inner circle, your really close friends and your family.
Okay, time to put it all together. We're on to mastering the formal greeting. This is where we combine the words, the titles, and the actions to really show you know what you're doing.
So think of this as your perfect formula for formality. You're in a professional meeting? Easy. You use lei, you add their title, like dottore, and you give a firm handshake. What if you're meeting an elder? It's still lei, but with signore or signora, and maybe a slightly gentler handshake. You see, every situation has its own perfect little combo. Okay, now here is a pro-level tip. Seriously, this is one of those little details that will make you sound like you've been living there for years. When you have a title that ends in "er," like dottore for a doctor, and you put it right before their last name, you drop the final E. So you wouldn't say dottore Bianchi, you'd say dottor Bianchi. It's such a tiny thing, but wow, it shows you've really done your homework. So we've gone through all the rules, right? The how-tos, but to really truly get it, we need to talk about the why. What's the philosophy behind all this? This brings us to the heart of connection. When you get right down to it, it is all about community. Every single one of these customs, from the most formal handshake to the warmest double cheek kiss, comes from a culture that puts a huge value on personal connection and emotional openness. It's not just about saying hi, it's about really seeing the person in front of you, and, in a small way, making the community bond a little bit stronger. And this quote just says it all perfectly, doesn't it? Physical contact is seen to reinforce bonds and show that people genuinely care about each other. The handshake, the kiss, it's not just going through the motions. It's a physical way of showing you care. It's connection that you can actually feel. So there you have it. You've got the tools now. The words, the moves, and the real meaning behind it all. You know the how and you know the why. So the only question left for you is this. The next time you're face-to-face with someone in Italy, how are you going to make that first impression truly count?